ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this stream. What are we doing tonight? Tonight, I am, of course, wearing the suit because we are casting an international scrim between FBY and OC and the Chinese teams. They're calling themselves SESH for this one. They call themselves SESH. They are an amalgam between, I believe, Aurora and Jump, is what I've been told. And that's about the extent of what I know. But before I get too far into that, I do have a special guest tonight. Tonight, I am joined by Noppers. Noppers, the man, the myth, the legend. Noppers, I have one question for you, my friend. How are you tonight, mate?
Good, mate. I am not wearing as much suit as you. I am less classy than that, but I am in my Pogue shirt. I'm not sure if people can see that. For those in the military or anything about the military, they'll know what a Pogue is. And I am yours truly. Good to see you, mate. Lovely to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Magnificent. Look, I do like the dichotomy. You're wearing a tee. I'm wearing I'm no tie though. I feel tieless tonight. But you know what? I think I'll make. I'm sure I'll be able to make it work. But before we go too far, I do have Winchy. We have a second special guest tonight. On special comments tonight is going to be. You've played with him before. You've seen his stream. Winchy is going to come do some special comments. Winchy, I have two questions for you. Firstly, how are you? Secondly, are you excited to come play? Come cast with us tonight.
I am doing absolutely wonderful, and thanks for having me along tonight, buddy.
It is my pleasure. My pleasure. So you excited to come watch some Hell Let Loose tonight?
Oh, for sure.
Magnificent. That, of course, is the disembodied voice of Winchy. Me and Noppers will be casting. We'll grab Winchy in whenever we run out of expertise and we need a little something extra to get us through. That's what I got Winchy here. He's going to carry us through this one. And you know what? I'm a little bit excited. Noppers, I feel like I'm a little bit outranked in this one. Having the man, the myth, the legend, Noppers as a co-streamer. Thank you very much for coming by, mate. I really appreciate it.
Look, Stu, I've been an avid follower of your streams for the last couple of months as I just got into it, and it's been really good to bounce ideas off you as much as learn along the way. I mean, I think I said it to you, 5 minutes ago. I'm sitting here taking notes and writing stuff into my own while I watch what you're doing. This is an area, this live casting stuff that we're doing here is an area that for friendly tournament matches or tournaments or competitions and that, this is new to both of us in the live streaming area. And we've come a long way, man, in the last couple of months. The BPL certainly helped us a lot with that. But I think it's starting to look pretty good. And we've definitely got a lot of interest around the world, globally. And that's what we were talking about this before, before we started streaming. People are following us because they understand that we're trying to do our best to provide some great content. And, mate, you're doing that wonderfully. So thanks very much.
Dude, you say you've learned some stuff from me. I 100%. Followers, thank you, every single one of you for the follows. I, for one, appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, no, but what I was saying is, look, obviously I've learned. I've watched just about every single one of your casts in the BPL and enjoyed the living shit out of each one of them. If I didn't learn anything from you, I think I'm probably doing something wrong. Since we're talking about the BPL, the Big D Premier League, is 100% the premier Hell Let Loose competition in Australia. This is a question for both you and Noppers, both Noppers and Winchy. Who won that? Who won the BPL?
Nobody knows, mate. I think the stream cut out before the last match is actually finished. No, OC were. Yes, we all know Stu is in OC, and OC, of course, we're the victors. This one, well done.
The question I've got for you, Winchy, is how many times in that entire competition were OC defeated?
I believe that was a big fat 0.
We went undefeated. Undefeated OC playing tonight.
I will interdict on that one, though. They did lose a couple of their training matches against NRD.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
And I'll even throw further, the public team that was cobbled together at the start of the competition in the first match they played against OC, took them into overtime and near on beat them. And it was one fucking thing that survived. One thing that survived that allows OC to spawn again. And I've got that on video, man. So you know.
That is true. That is saved to the internet for the entirety of human existence. You can go look at that. Obviously, if you haven't already, go have a look at Noppers' stream. Go chuck him a follow. That will be twitch.tv/Noppers, as you see it down there. Winchy, I don't have your name up there, but hell, you're streaming enough. Just have a look at the Hell Let Loose category. You'll find him. He is a damn good streamer, and I like hanging out. I like what he's doing, and I like hanging out there. So tonight, what it is tonight is a friendly scrim. It's an amalgam on both sides. We're looking at OC, my clan. OC is playing together with the Foy Boys, obviously, a very, very good Big D affiliate clan as well. We're playing against, they're calling themselves SESH tonight. They are a Chinese clan, I'm led to believe, and I believe they're an amalgam of two clans, and that is mostly Aurora and Jump. Aurora and Jump is what I've been told, and that's about the extent of the information. I'm just excited to get in. I'm excited to get in and stream an international match. I wore my suit and everything. I'm assuming, I've had a look at some of the OC lads and the Foy Boys that have come in. There are some very good lads playing tonight. I guarantee you we're going to get a match out of this. Absolutely guarantee it.
Stu, we've seen a few of these starting to come into play now, a few of these friendly competitive matches. And this is something we were discussing just before the stream started, actually. Folks take this pretty damn seriously. It might be friendly, but that's where it stops, isn't it? Because they are going to fight tooth and nail for everything in these matches. I've seen one or two of these played out. It's across the Oceanic community. It's really great to see this broadening of the competition, and particularly with the ping differences on servers. It's not too bad in this game, so I'm loving that fact. But there are some very marked differences between how, say, Australia and New Zealand players play and how some of the Southeast Asia, broadly, the Southeast Asian players play. I'll throw down first to say that what I've witnessed, they tend to be a little bit more reserved in or more deliberate in their actions, where Australian New Zealand players tend to be grenades forward, off we go. Is that your play style? I'm wondering.
Look, absolutely. Anybody who's ever watched my stream knows that what I do is I try and sponge up as many of the enemy bullets as I possibly can in and around my body. So that's bullets that can't be shot at my friends. That's how I play.
You are definitely a team player. That you take one for the boys, and I'll leave that comment alone. I think. I'm curious what Winchy. I've watched you play in a hell of a lot of matches, mate, and of course battled a few times with you and against you. Is the same sort of thing there for you, mate? Are you grenades out, off we go, and soak up the bullets on the way?
I don't actually use the grenades anywhere near as much as I probably should.
Ah, right. You're a grenadeless man. So yeah, I'm chossing them out left, right, and centre. I love a good grenade. You know what I don't use nearly as much as I should? Leaning. I just don't lean around corners. I feel like that's like 95% of the game that I'm missing out on, just not leaning.
Yeah, you and me both, man. I challenge myself to throw more grenades than shoot bullets in a match. I think that should be an achievement.
And
look, that's impressive.
I think that's the difference between me and you guys. Having come from Rainbow Six Siege, I utilize that lean a lot.
Yeah.
Of course. Yep.
Tarkov players too. That's what you'd see.
So, you guys on stream, viewers on stream, you can see up the top what we're doing at the moment. I've just spawned in. This is the map that's on before we play. We're due for a 9:30 start, so I'm expecting that map to change at any second. Have I let Noppers and Winchy? Have I let you know what map we're playing tonight?
No, I know bugger all about this, mate. Actually, I stuck my hand up to help out the other day, but then I kind of got busy and you couldn't chat to me. So I'm really keen to hear what's going on, how we're doing this, what's happening. I know the teams. That's about all you and I know about it. But what's it all about, man? Tell me.
I
believe that we're playing Carentan tonight. The map will be Carentan. OC and Foy Boys will be playing on the Allied side, which is why you can see this is the Chinese team we're over at the moment. This is SESH. You can see that they're currently the Allies. When that map flips, they will, of course, be on the Axis side in Carentan. Carentan, one of my favourite maps. I love it.
We watched that last night on the Friday Night Fights as well. And where was the Origin played? I didn't actually get across to that. Where was the Origin played last night?
Winchy, you're probably better too.
Origin was played on Centre Point, mid of Carentan.
So it's Carentan all the way this weekend. There you go.
It has been a little bit of a Carentan weekend, hasn't it?
And speaking of Carentan, TFK and Emu War Vets had their friendly scrim tonight, which I believe Emu War Vets won.
Ooh, really?
That's
Obviously, yep.
That's
Go ahead.
that crappy public team, mate, that you were talking about that weren't any good and couldn't beat OC, you know?
That's exactly where I was going with it. Is Emu War Veterans is a clan that got built out of the Big D Premier League. It was the Big D public team, and I tell you what, I know I'm supposed to be loyal to OC, right? But Emu War Veterans might be my favourite clan name. I've said this before on my stream, and I'm pretty sure I'm cruising to get kicked out of OC the way I'm going with this. But Emu War Veterans, could they have come up with a better name? I guarantee you they absolutely could not.
And in all honesty, mate, I happen to know that their logistics chain is pretty good, and they've got all of the grenades as well. So I'm just, you know.
They do have all of the grenades. Is that why you play with them so much? Just so they can keep you stocked up?
Yeah, that's it. I'm a logistics officer by trade, mate, so I've got to know where my grenades are. hey, I do know we're doing some point of view stuff tonight as well. Is that how's the stream going to work, man? Probably useful to tell people what we're actually going to be looking at and how we're going to be looking at it.
Absolutely. I am running a single camera. I know it's a little weird. I know you guys aren't used to it. I'm used to running multiple cameras in my stream. Tonight, I've only had the single. The single slot because it is a 49v49 match, and obviously as a caster I do take up one of those spots, so we're running the single camera tonight. There won't be any point of views available, but you know what, I think we're going to be okay, and I think we'll be able to capture most of the action that's happening. Noppers, I do know that you do have a couple of the point of views that you're looking at.
Yeah, I've got so this is one of the most amazing things, mate. We you and I both have our camera and our point of view in admin camera and everything like that.
Yep.
But what we learned through the BPL was we were able to use a website called Video Ninja, and people can share their screen to that website, and then we can plug it into our OBS and actually bring it up during matches and stuff like that. And it does sort of put some pressure on resources, things like that. So you've got to really be careful with your IT system and your bandwidth on your internet and stuff like that.
True.
But there's been a couple of great community volunteers that have just thrown their hand up and said, "Yeah, anytime you want me to point of view, I'm there." And Riley Yagpanzer, everyone knows him as. Riley actually did my first live cast with me like over a year ago, which was the first and only time I did that. It was actually a recorded cast that we uploaded to the YouTube thing. Now he's put a permanent link on, so anytime he's playing the game, he now flicks that open for us to use, and he plays in every comp match and anything that's going on. He's one of the regulars here, and also one of the seniors in the community. So I'm looking at him over here. Look, they're doing fuck all at the moment too. They're running around cap shooting each other.
Yeah.
So it's always the same when these comp matches go.
Every time.
You go, how competent is this team? Oh, the cats are out.
It does look like this match has exactly 10 seconds left to go now. So we should be spawning in. It will take me a little bit of time to sort out the camera and whatnot, but that's why I've got such good lads like Noppers and Winchy to help keep you guys company whilst I sort that out. The Allied forces win. Do we chalk that up as a win for SESH already? They did win.
There we go. Yeah, well, OC's playing, so it's highly unlikely they're going to win.
You cut me deep, brother. You cut me deep.
You could say they won the warm-up.
Looking at Riley's screen over here, they won the team kills, so, crack whatever joke we want out of that.
Good lord. I'm excited. This match is about to start. This is genuinely exciting. This is an international scrim.
Good stuff.
Very, very thankful. Obviously, this game's being played on the Big D servers. There we go. We're loading into Carentan. It will take me. I'm just going to let them jump into their squads first before I do.
Freelance 88 is
very
now
much
following.
everyone that's chucked the follow button. Obviously, we're 15 minutes delayed, so I can't get back to you, but thank you very much. I'm just going to let OC spawn in. I'm going to grab our camera, and we are going to get into watching this match. We're still in match warm-up, so don't stress. Don't stress. We're not missing anything. Freelance with a lurking hey. Dude, thank you very much for the redeem, my guy. And boy, boys, Sir Smiley, pleasure to have you, my guy. Fucking pleasure to have you. That looks like they're mostly sorted. Let me grab myself a cheeky armor squad, and we're gonna get in and actually play. We're gonna get in and watch some Hell Let Loose. Winchy, thank you very much for dealing with my chat. I really do appreciate it, my guy. There we go. A little bit of that action. A few of those buttons, 2 of those buttons, and we are good. Ladies and gentlemen, that's enough pre-game from us. Just so you don't have to look at this ugly mug for the entire time, let's jump into the casting screen. There we go. We're just going to see a replay, apparently, of all the followers. Thank you very much, guys. It is a genuine pleasure. And it's a pleasure to have each and every one of you. There we go. Just going to bring up the map just quickly. The map, what we're fighting over, from left to right, we're looking at farm ruins, a derailed train. Train station is going to be our center point for this map. Mount Halay, geez, that is always a tricky point to take. And Rail Causeway will round out the places we're looking at. What am I doing at the moment? I know, you guys know, and I know it, but we have spent a lot of time looking at both the OC and the Foy Boys with their setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing over and have a look at what the Chinese teams are doing, because I find that's a little more interesting. Noppers, you've had a little bit more experience dealing with this than I have. What sort of differences have you seen between the way that these guys set up?
So the first match I ever watched with OC and Foy Boys having a little bit of a play, it was a little bit disjointed. They did get beaten by the two Chinese clans. That was I think it was JR and IT. I can't remember the exact names. I'd have to look it up myself. But you expect a little bit of disconnect when you're sort of forming for the first time, because those clans have worked well together within their own realms. So they've got to flesh out some of these tactics and some of the gameplay styles. We know from the BPL, because both Foy Boys and OC played in the BPL, that OC are a very aggressive team who will push out from a defensive point as far as they can and try and get some aggression out and hold, sector control. Foy Boys I tended to watch as more of a layered defense. Yep. So whilst they would push out, they would have layers to that, and it works pretty well for.
Can I just drag your attention to the screen at the moment? What we've seen is that is no fewer than 8 supply boxes that have been dropped within the match warm-up, which is about to finish in about 3 seconds. 8 supply boxes, and they're currently building defenses around their artillery. Obviously, artillery is not something that's been used in BPL, but look at that. That's a repair station in front of that arty with a wall, and it looks like they're going to build up some more. Obviously, having a look down this way, they do have some barbed wire and their nodes. They're putting up a lot more defenses on their rear lines than we're used to seeing in the BPL. What I am going to do, though, that is a lot of their backline at the moment. So what I'm going to do is move straight to that middle point, which is train station, and we're going to be able to see what this match is going to look like towards the start of it. Sorry to cut you off, Noppers. No. I just felt like I needed to get that point in quickly before we sped off.
It's an amazing point, Stu, because this is something for the last BPL matches again. That if you recall, Das Altberg joined me. He's the premier European held streamer comp. And one of his casual observations was the limited amount of engineering work that the Oceanic community does. What I mean by that is we're not big builders of defences.
No.
So Carentan was the actual map he was casting with me on, and he said that in the city centre. He said, I can't believe there's no one building any defences in the middle of the city. Whereas for the European teams, as an example, they built the shit out of it. They put defences on defences. So that defensive structure that you saw down there that you were just talking about around the artillery, that's to protect from, of course, the artillery getting taken out by recon squads or whoever moves down there to neutralise it. So my straight assumption is that these guys are going to be working pretty hard. The Chinese teams are going to be working pretty hard on their artillery in this match. Expect to see a lot of it if they're putting that much effort into defending it.
Absolutely. We have just seen a lot of the artillery coming down, trying to take out those trucks on the way in. It does look like SESH has managed to grab a foothold and are starting to push off that town centre. Train station is the point we're fighting over. That's the point you're seeing in the middle of your screen at the moment. The blue dots that you can see down towards the bottom, that is, of course, the OC Four Boys team. They'll be starting to push in and trying to counterattack, but the Chinese team SESH has absolutely made a great start at this. OC looking to push out further towards that right side and already running into a little bit of resistance up there. The Red Berries have... There's only 2 of them left now after a couple of them went down, but we're seeing them start to hold off on that flank, obviously realising that the top of the hill up there is going to be fairly important for this point at Train Station.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff, isn't it? I will say that I'll occasionally comment here on what's going on on what is called Panzercam. There is a huge OC Foy Boy presence southwest, like all the blue dots, isn't it? There's just all of them.
It's insane, isn't it?
A little bit of a one 2 grid squares. That's what they're all spread in at the moment. That's what I'm seeing.
Good Lord, can I just say thank you to each and every one of you that have hit the follow button, and welcome to everybody that's watching. It is an actual pleasure to have each and every one of you. I know I've missed about 1 billion of the follows. We've hit our follower goal at 200. That's insane. 200 is a number I never thought I'd get to. So genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. They are definitely mixing it up in the middle of the train station at the moment. There's another one. I can't keep up with this. I'm just going to let that one fly.
Tank battle. We've got at the end of the Luke's got to look at that. Oh, geez, I'll tell you what.
We're looking at it at the moment.
Yes, perfect. Have a look at this, mate. Have a look
there
at
you
this.
go.
2 balls. That pan's a 4.
That looks like that's a Luke's, and it looks like a 75. Keeps ricocheting. They're both on fire. I don't know about you, Noppers, but I'm pretty sure tanks are not supposed to be on fire like that.
That's, I cannot believe it. No, that's a Stuart, mate. I thought there was
Oh, it is a Stuart. It is a Stuart too.
Yeah,
there
I
you
couldn't
go.
quite tell from my camera because it was so zoomed in, but
Looks like they were head to head, realizing they're not getting anywhere. They're gonna push off now. That is a Stuart with I believe that's your friend Jagdpanzer, and Esky 83, and Gerberman in that Stuart, facing off with the Lukes. The Luke's obviously not being able to pen at the moment. Winchy, do you know, can either of these tanks kill each other from the front? Do you know?
Ooh, I don't believe the Lukes can, but I believe the other one.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the Stuart can. So Stu, the Stuart has a better AP than the.
I thought so.
Yeah, but look, it's obviously not working for him here. They are pounding the shit out of it.
He won't know that, but that's
a.
there's a SESH lad to the right with a rocket that's just put one in. That Stuart is not looking healthy at all. Oh my God, how is that not blown up yet? OCE represent. I agree, Commander Knight.
Holy shit bags! How is this tank? How are they alive?
I know. They have taken so many goddamn hits. There we go. One of the SESH lads with the assault kit moving up to his right. I don't know what he's going to achieve behind the tank. Perhaps he's just decided he doesn't need to worry about it. He's going to push on regardless of the tank that's behind him. Teresa, the SESH lad, managing to get past the machine gun on that one. But, both the Lukes and the Stuart's still alive.
I'm watching. So Riley is in the commander's hatch. That's where he sits, and he's a very look. I mean, if you look at this for a moment, how good are these two teams right now? I was dead fucking 5 minutes ago if I was driving one of those tanks.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I'd have no chance in this battle. Absolutely.
That is amazing stuff. But Riley, what he's doing is he's been watching all of that infantry run down his right side. Oh, there it is.
There you go. The Stuart's just gone down. I didn't see. I'm assuming that was the DLZ, the anti-tank from SESH. But
yes.
That Luke's is still up. It's not looking healthy. It has way more fire than you'd usually like coming from a tank. But you know what? That was good. That was a good tank battle to start it off. A couple of light tanks duking it out. You always like to see it.
Yeah, but how long?
I will hand it to the Lukes. It has a really good point of creating a very big splash distraction on that other light tank. It
did, didn't it? Absolutely, it did. We have seen this OC frontal attack sort of falter a little bit. They're pushed back, and it looks like they're pushed most of the way back, sort of in between derailed train and train station, which are the 2 points that we're currently looking at the moment. There is a big SESH flank coming to, that will be the north. And it's the right of your screen at the moment that we're looking at all the red berries. I'm pretty sure Tattoo's advised me that I should be calling them raspberries, so why the hell not? We're calling them raspberries now. There you go. That infantry out to the right has been marked up by OC and Foy Boys, so they will be aware of it. Can I just take a little moment? In the center of your screen at the moment, you can see the Allied commander. That is Tattoo, and that is Tattoo is a Hell Let Loose player that I have the utmost respect for. His knowledge of the game is like nothing else I've ever seen. I've said it before, but I reckon he's like some form of Hell Let Loose savant. Let's hope it helps him out in this match.
I was talking to him about how he actually does things. Sorry, I've just got a sound thing going on in the background here. He spends hours and hours trolling over maps and learning and working on tactics and strategies. And I do know that of a lot of the Chinese clans as well. They spend a lot of time strategizing and working through tactics and learning things about how the maps work. Stu, on Riley's screen, no need to cut to it, obviously. Yep. But I did notice that the the Oceanic clans are getting pressured on their artillery by infantry moving in towards it. There was a whole bunch of stuff on the map that I saw lit up over that way on the blue team's artillery, let's call it that, hey?
Okay.
So clearly they're trying to neutralise that effect on this map while still having their own arty do all the things.
Yeah, we're looking at Sibsy's tank at the moment. He's being repaired by Jagdpanzer, who is... Jag doesn't look like he's that keen to get back into a tank at the moment. Perhaps they just don't have the resources. He won't know it, but there is a SESH lad just to the other side of the wall. Hasn't seen him. The SESH lad managing to take him down. And that's going to mean that that 75 with Sibs, Bar, and Red Cordial, damn good OC lads, it's going to be exposed. They don't have infantry support. That's going to be a dangerous spot. I'm looking at that DOZ character. He's got his rocket launcher out now. He's going to have a great shot at the back of this tank.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. That's big trouble for that tank. If there's something you've seen in any of the comp matches in the last few months, it's don't leave your tanks by themselves. Cortex up there, I can see him now. He'll be trying to come in and support him and help, but he's got a fucking heap of people to go through.
I'll tell you what, that was...
Look at that!
Yeah, Cortex has just taken down their anti-tank. So that tank is that was going to go down. He had his anti-tank rifle out. There you go. There's the other one, Krips Skula. No, he's a he is, of course, a machine gunner. And this looks like this is the other SESH tank crew. They're in a Puma. They did get a couple of shots on the 75 there, but it looks like they're content to let it go. Oh no, I did miss that. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. They did manage to take down that 75 before they sped off. There you go. So that's 75. Yep.
It was too exposed down that street, mate. Again, no
It
infantry
was.
support. Maybe it was trying to get to its infantry because it's around the corner there.
Yep.
I do know that the Foy boys driving that tank at the moment, Jagdpanzer and crew, they don't stop. Generally, those tanks will always keep rolling. That tends to reduce the number of satchels that end up on your arse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they will too. So what we're looking at in the main screen at the moment is most of that OC attack is coming from the right-hand side of your screen. So that'll be the south of the map. They did spread out that way early to take control of that area. Obviously, having that high ground and moving down is a great way to try and attack train station. So they're coordinating at the moment, trying to get around the point and seeing if they can put some sustained pressure on this SESH team. Winchy, whilst I've got you on special comments, is that a place that you'd be looking to attack from on this map?
From the top of the hill, definitely. You've got a fair good chunk of cover and a lot of laneways that you can actually push down with like your hedge cover. Just with the rendered distances, it may give you a way coming down that hill though.
Absolutely. I do have a little bit of a development we need to switch over to. It does look like that main push that we saw push past the tank just before from SESH, they have managed to start taking this next point. It looks like they've got just more humans. I don't think they'll be on the strong point there. So it just looks like cap weight at the moment. Actually, nope, I do tell a lie. There is a couple of lads. It looks like Sequin, Juanan, I don't know how to say that. I'm going to mispronounce every name. And Deep Sea, I'm pretty sure I got that one covered. Agilon is about the only defense. And obviously, Streamer's Curse. As soon as I mention him, he's going down. He hasn't managed to get to deal with that. And we do have a recon squad from SESH just towards the top of your screen at the moment. You can see their spotter moving in. Their sniper's obviously sitting way back, making use of that longer range that he's got. And I'm not seeing an OC Foy Boys defense. Most of it's coming from the south, which you can see to the top of your screen at the moment. It's a bombing run going in. That's a bit of a bombing run of desperation, I assume, from Tattoo. Just trying to clear off some of it.
Yeah, like I was watching Jagdpanzer on my other screen here, and if we remember, he's a tanker. So the fact that he's foot infantry on the ground running into that point tells you how serious that threat was on that cap, and you can see now it's almost taken here. The Chinese teams have really come around and swarmed this enough, and I'm feeling like it's look, if you look at that map, if we look at the OC Foy Boys map, I'm noticing the blue dots all over the place. So what they were clearly trying to do, they had a lot of sector control there up north. They were trying to set that up to establish that clutch in onto that central capture point there. Unfortunately, it took too long. They spent so much time down there in Echo 7-8, sort of starting their attack and blobbing up a little bit, that the Chinese clans just managed to start doing their flank stuff quicker. They just did it faster, I think. But that's probably the best assessment I could give you there, mate.
I think the biggest problem we're going to see at the moment for the for the big D affiliate clans is they just don't have any Garys up. Obviously, with Derailed going down, that has cleared every Gary that was in those two columns. But they don't have a backup Gary at Farm Ruins at the moment, and it looks like the bulk of the team is currently spawned at HQ and are moving out from there. I obviously, with only the one camera, I don't have a viewpoint of the of SESH's map, so I can't tell you what their spawn points are doing. But I have seen it previously in a lot of these matches that a lot of these Chinese clans do run off OPs a lot and use Garrus as an ultimate backup.
Yeah, I just so the viewers know, when I'm watching Riley's camera here, occasionally I'm turning on the volume so I can hear the command chat that's going on in game. We can't have that on the streams. I don't know about you, Stu, but it drives me nuts if I try and have any in-game voice happening.
Absolutely.
Just kills me because there's so much shit going on. It's hard enough being in the game normally playing with all the chat. But I was just listening to some of the tone actually of the voices in there of some of the guys, because we've played with these guys for so long in the Oceanic clan. It sounded a little bit flat. It definitely sounded a little bit flat in there. They've thrown down a backup garrison, that's what I heard. And also now we've got a tank battle going on in that main street. You're watching it, I'm watching it from the point of view. It looks cool, but it is a pair of mediums, I believe. That's a Panzer IV.
That is a Panzer IV?
These guys must be in a 75 because that Panzer IV would be dead if it was 76.
Well, it is now.
Whoa, that looks so cool. Here's the comeback, Stu. This is the comeback.
There you go. There's actually two tanks up there. That's a 76 running in front. That's two 76s. Vapor, Kingsy, and Suicide running in behind Jagdpanzer, Eski, and Gerberman. Jeez, that looks tough, doesn't it? Oh, just struggling to get past there at the moment. Those two 76 Germans, that looks delicious, doesn't it?
That does. If they stop trying in the Panzer IV, they might give it a go. The trouble here, though, Stu, as we found just before, is, the walls and the fucking buildings here crawl with infantry sneaking over trying to get satchels on you. The two tank scenario, though, remember that we'll probably see three-man crews for these two tanks, which means that there will always be 360 view going on. I mean, I can see Riley's doing that now. He's doing the head swivel. There's nobody near him, of course. We know that on the main screen, but they don't.
Yeah, it's very easy for us to say, isn't it? Because we can see everybody on the map. They absolutely can't. They'll be assuming that there'll be enemy everywhere. What they don't know is that the Chinese teams have absolutely flopped and have started moving towards Farm Ruins.
Oh, I think they'd have a pretty good idea of that. I'm seeing some blue dots get knocked off there, but those two tanks have turned around and come back now, so clearly there is that threat. See, the cap's just starting to... Yeah, look at that. The cap's just starting to turn, though, mate. That'll be the tank's influence over that area. So that should hopefully... Oh, there's a rocket up the arse.
That was one rocket. That was from Changzhou, the Sesh lad. Has found one of the 76s with a rocket. He's only looking at the front now, so he decides now's not the time to be shooting a rocket, because obviously not going to be able to pen from the front of a 76. He's just trying to work his way around the side of that tank now and see if he can't get a good angle on it. That 75, Winchy, I believe he can still take one more rocket in the rear side of it.
76s.
76s,
Yes,
apologies.
Should be able to take the 3 shots before he goes down.
There you go. Chango shooting his second rocket. I'm assuming that's all he's got left. I haven't seen him resupply, but hell, I wouldn't know. So that's 76.
He just redeployed to do that. Yep, he's doing that. That's how you get ammo. It's quicker.
Yeah, smart move. If nobody's around to drop your box, do the old suicide. It's one of those things I like about this game is, there you go. That's DLZ from Sesh. He was an anti-tank before. It looks like no matter what class he is, he's in the anti-tank role. He's running up on the 76 at the moment. I guarantee you that he has the satchel loadout. And like, I can tell you, from playing with these guys a lot, Vapu, Kingsley, and Suicide will absolutely be aware that he's there. All they need to do is keep driving. All they need to do is stay away from him. You can't put a satchel on a moving tank.
That's it. Well, you can if it's going in first or maybe second gear. And what you do there is you aim, if it's going forward, you aim for the front sprocket and start putting it there. And by the time the tank actually moves, you get it on the arse end of the tank. But it's only in very low gear, and you've got to hope that no one's in the hatch actually looking around either, because they'll probably just swivel the tank slightly and run you over.
Yeah,
if
they
you're
will.
lucky enough to actually get on top of the tank and ride on the hatch, you can actually get it while they're still in fourth gear and place it on top of the tank.
There you go. I've never done that.
Daniel Koo, thank you very much for the follow. You'll see this in 15 minutes, obviously. We'll hear me saying this now. God, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff. I don't know how it works either. Okay, so at the moment, we're over farm
Doctor Who
ruins.
fan. Doctor Who fan.
Damn straight.
According-
Massive. You mean this guy that's streaming on Twitch is a massive nerd? Yep, I'll take it. So we're hovering over farm ruins at the moment and just watching this OC Foy Boys defense. We're looking at Lord Ginge, one hell of a player, Guac, 00, Rum, and Muzz Panzer and Cortex. Look like they're providing the bulk of the defense off towards this north side. And this seems to be where the bulk of the Chinese teams are looking to stay. They're not pushing too hard at the moment. They're not pushing out from there. They do know they have some open fields to cross. Obviously, a bit of a difficult spot. There is a bunch of smoke there. I'm not sure whether that was the OC lads trying to move up or the SESH team trying to push up into this cover that you can see towards the bottom left of your screen at the moment. But we'll see how this fight goes. There is a bit of a murder ball forming as well. That's out towards the east side. You can see that to sort of the middle right of your screen at the moment. All those raspberries, they're making a very big push there, and there isn't much blue defense. The spawn wave has just gone in. Just Fierce has come in. He's one hell of a player, OC lad. Hubert, Lozar, Sparrowfart, Sherkle, the guy, Suicide and Kingsy have spawned in, and they're going to try and deal with this SESH assault on this side. That includes Sotlef and Truan PC.
Hey, Stu, I've always wanted to do this. Hey, Stu, this is Nobbers live in the Channel 5 chopper. We've got a Tiger tank coming in, mate, right now. It's sweeping along the back end of the map, and I'm hoping it's going to come in and do some gunplay. Over to you, mate.
Thank you very much. I'm going to have to see if I can find that Tiger tank, because I can't
I don't
actually
know
see
where it is. I heard him talking about it in the command chat.
I'd like to point out, Noppers, we're not live. There's a 15-minute delay, and you're not, in fact, in a chopper. Just, I feel for
That's right.
For the sake of accuracy, I probably need to let you know that.
Riley's dead in his tank, though. I've just seen them jump into a Stuart. Their tank was pretty beat up, though, mate.
Yeah.
It had red in 3 of the 4 zones on it, so that's 176 is gone now. Something just blew up there in front of
We've
you.
just
I don't
got a
know what that is.
satchel in front of us. I'm not sure whether that was OC or the Chinese lads. We did see.
That's a tank.
Yeah, that is a tank. That is a 75. We're going to follow them in and see how they're going to do. Obviously, tank battles. I like a good tank battle. It brings me a great amount of joy. That is the OC tank. That is Sibsy Bar and Red Cordial. I don't know whether you guys have ever played in a tank with them, but they sure as hell know what they're doing.
Yeah,
looks like a
Sibsy's
75
phenomenal,
from
mate.
here. Oh yeah, one hell of a guy as well. That's enough of me talking about. I'll never talk the guy up ever again because I'll never hear the end of it.
Gets one shout out per match. Oh, rocket.
There you go. That was a rocket from Derpy Derp. Took one in the face. Obviously, he's going to turn away from it as well, which is it's a bold move, Cotton. Oh,
And
wow.
there he goes.
That's
I believe he just found this Tiger tank over here.
There it
Probably
is.
in a 75. Probably not going to do the best. That explains why he was turning. He would have got that information about that Tiger down that way, and they decided to try and face that one head on. Didn't work out for them.
They obviously weren't watching the Channel 5 news, mate. That's all I'll say.
I want to say Commander Knight has pointed out great tankmanship by Emu War veterans. Held the point like champs. Well done, lads. This is looking very dicey. The SESH lads have looked like they've pushed into farm ruins and have started taking the point. That attack up that north side that I was talking about looks like they've managed to push it up.
There's a lot of tanks coming out from the Oceanic community at the moment. They're throwing a heap of tanks down because they are big little mini forts, aren't they? But that Tiger is a massive threat. If that gets into the point, it's GG's. But it's also like there's that contested stuff going on. That's that blue-red colouring going into sort of a faded colour for those that don't watch too much of the Hell Let Loose stuff. But now it's going into strong cap by the red or the orange team. What do we call them? The raspberries, the red berries.
The raspberries, red berries. I'll take either. Either works for me.
Yeah, so that's turning towards them. If it goes back the other way, it'll go into a stronger blue colour.
That was a delicious little SESH bombing run there. It only took out a couple, but if I have a look at this, if I have a look at our map, they no longer have a garrison down that side. Turd Surfer, thank you very much for the follow, my guy.
Turd Surfer, I love it.
Turd X Server.
I wonder if he's a friend of Hugh Janus. Once per stream, we've got to say that, mate. Come on.
Good lord. The other one I had the other day, which got a few giggles was Gag Reflex Barbie on the Big D servers. Good lord.
Red Dragon just piping up in chat saying ricochets on the Panzer 2, the frontal shots like crazy with the ricochets.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's rough.
The cap's coming back though.
The cap is coming back. It does look like Hot Sauce was managed to get in there and do a bit of work. I did miss who that was. Let me jump in. That is E-Bill. He managed to do a bit of murder to the Sesh lads as well. But I'll tell you what, they're still on the point. That is a recon squad that's out on their lonesome in the middle of point at the moment. But given they're the only ones, very good shot. I didn't see who that was.
There's a Stewart belting around as well, mate.
I'll tell
I'll
you
be
what.
trying to get around behind that Tiger.
I'm pretty sure that was their Tiger. That just took out their recon squad on point. So a little bit of a lack of communication there. I feel like, can I just see, is Lieben, I can't pronounce that name. I'm YXQK? That's not pronounceable. And virus. I can say
that's how you call it. Wheelbarrow. Yeah.
I can say
it's a wheelbarrow full of letters, and the L's the start of it.
I'm going to say perhaps they're. I don't know. Have they joined OC in since this match started? There you go. Little Stewart joining in there. That's Jagdpanzer Eski. I don't know whether they know that there's a Tiger behind them, because that didn't work out so well for them.
That's the end of that, isn't it?
They tried to run, but I feel like they came around that corner towards the center of your screen, from the top of your screen at the moment, unaware that the Tiger was sitting there, and couldn't turn away, couldn't get away in time. That point is starting to go towards Sesh now. The OC and Foyboy lads unable to get anybody out in to defend it. This has been a heavy sustained push from the Sesh boys.
I will hand it to the Sesh boys. They're actually pushing up with their tank, and they've got that infantry support with it, so they're doing really well on that aspect.
Yeah, they do.
So I'll go for it, mate.
Snazzy McGee, thank you very much for the sub. I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we get to do more of this. I'm looking forward to it. If you haven't already, go and check out Noppers, twitch.tv/Noppers, and Winchy, twitch.tv/Winchy. He's got a few X's in there, so it's a little difficult for me to say, but he's been talking in chat. Give him a follow. He's another good lad. Noppers and Winchy. I don't see OC and Foyboys coming back from this.
Oh, that's GG right there, mate. They're pretty much
100%.
lost it. The thing that is seen here, which I saw in the last Oceanic versus Asiatic teams match that I cast, was the Asiatic teams come in with combined arms a lot better than what the Oceanic planned to do. So, what you just said there about the infantry supporting that tank is exactly it, mate. Whereas we saw some of our tanks there kind of doing their own thing, or they might have been working in pairs for tanks, but the combined arms stuff that I'm watching from other communities is the way I think as well, and I think we need to build that better in our communities.
Alrighty, I'm going to switch over to our post-match screen. So get your face ready, Noppers. I know it's always ready. There we are. This is a post-match screen. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a fairly solid defeat for the OC and Foyboys lads. They did a lot of stuff right. They did a lot of things that I was genuinely happy about. That big flank, I feel like they controlled that right-hand side of train station nice and early, but were unable to push forward with that advantage. And I feel like they left the middle go a little bit, and Sesh was able to push up and take that next point, which is derail train fairly quickly. Is that what you saw? As well, Winchy?
I definitely see the Chinese team.
Big Sucks is now following.
A lot more than OC were able to get in, and it just gave them that high ground advantage.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Noppers, I think your point before was fairly pertinent. Some of the action we got nice and close in to watch was a lot of the Oceania tanks in by themselves without infantry support, and they're just not as effective. And especially what we saw towards the end there was that Tiger tank from Sesh being able to push in, and that combined arms approach. I do wonder whether this is an issue with obviously having these combined teams. OC and Foyboys, we do play together a fair bit, but having that having those differences in leadership, I wonder if that's a contributing factor to this loss.
So a couple of things there, mate. Whilst we know, you're OC, I'm non-clan affiliated. Yep. We play together all the time. I play with the Foyboys all the time. I play with OC all the time.
Yep.
But I'm not in those clans. And so you don't have that additional layer of repetitive behavior stuff that comes from training together. And that's what these guys do. Riley, in the Foyboys there, him in a tank squad, he is top shelf. I have jumped in a tank with him, and we've killed like 16 tanks, no losses, in a match straight up, and that's great. But what it's just subscribe.
Excellent. Oh, look, thank you very much for the sub. Even though I have to technically, I'm contractually obliged to disagree with your stream name, with your screen name, but that's fine.
But see, we looked there where the 76, for example, was in the middle of the city. I think they were trying to get around to where their infantry support was, but it was too hard, because if you look at that piece of the stream the footage was brilliant, by the way, mate. You could see probably 2 full squads of orange of the Chinese teams coming in from multiple angles. You just can't counter that. That's good squad level supporting tactics. Whereas we'll throw, like, our squads work really well, and we'll get some direction from one of our squads. Hey, you guys need to go and check that area. And the squad will attack well work together, but they won't go with the tank to that area, or vice versa.
Moondoggins is now following.
To deal with something, it just goes. And this happens so much, and I have been saying it for a long time. It is somewhere I think we have to get better, particularly against the Southeast Asia teams, because they do it so well. It's hard to beat when another team is doing that.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely something we need to look forward to. I'm going to start wrapping this up, if that's all right with you, lads. The game is over. Yep.
Just a quick one there, Stu. I have been confirmed they're not going to run another match. They were talking about it, but they've said no, so that's it for us.
I was wondering. What I do need to talk about, though, is there are a couple of events coming up. The big one for me, the one that I'm most excited about, is the squad tournament next week. I know you've had a fair bit to do with this, Noppers. Do you have? Can you give us a plug?
I've dabbled lightly in it. Okay, so this is a Hell Let Loose 5 versus 5 squad level tournament. And it comes from 2 ideas that I have. One, I want intense close quarters battle in a tournament scene.
Yep.
Like not sort of long periods of dullness followed by a quick battle. I want it to be an intense period of time. And number 2, I want people to get away from the big clan stuff, which is what we're seeing here, and have a go at that smaller stuff where a lot of the players who aren't in clans or who don't have strong competitive clans are brilliant players in their own right. So let's see them on the field and see how they go in that squad versus squad. So here's what it's about. It's 5 versus 5. Each team does 5 matches. Each match is 10 minutes long. And in each match, you get 1 life. No respawns, no redeploys, none of that. So you do 5 matches in a row, 10 minutes long, against 5 separate teams in 5 separate locations. And you fight in a 4-grid square area. If that's a lot to digest, it possibly is. Let's just call it this. It's a 1-life tournament where you play 5 matches. And it's going to be great. I've got hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of prizes. Stu, of course, shouts to you because you are my co-caster, I guess, for it. So you and I will be either doing casting together, or you'll be doing your own while I'm absent doing tournament organising stuff. It is my brainchild, but really this is just about, all I do is I want to build the community. I want people to have fun. I want people to enjoy this game and the stuff that's going on. It's why I stay clan free, so that I'm above any politics that might be there. And I am so pumped for this, mate. We did the demo run.
Yeah, I did the demo run the other day and jumped in and played. I wasn't sure. If you're not sure about it, that was a hell of a lot of fun. It's just a different way to play this game, and I really got a kick out of it. I'm genuine. I've got a team in. I'm going to come play. I'm looking forward to it. Sign-up's open. So if you're keen, jump in and play with some of these lads. If you don't have a team, we do have a community pool, so you can jump in as a single. And if you don't have that many people that you play with, or you can't put together and we're going to use them to fill up some of the teams that aren't already full. So look into it. Even if you've got 2 of you, come and sign up, come and play with us. We're a little bit excited. We're going to wrap this one up, if that's okay. Winchy, I'll start with you, my guy. Thank you very much for your expert insight there. We didn't cut you as much. The game didn't go as long as I usually expect, but thank you very much for joining me, Winchy.
No, thank you for having me. It was a really good game to watch, and I hope OC and Foy Boys can take what they can away from it and improve for future games.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you along, mate. And he's said stuff in chat above. I'm sure you can go click on his name. Go give the lad a follow. I really like what he's got going over there. My co-caster, Noppers. Thank you very much. I feel like I'm horribly outranked here. How do I have Noppers as a co-caster? You've got a very, very good thing going on in your channel. If you haven't followed him already, go and chuck him a follow. I love the stuff he's doing over there. Some of the stuff with the Big D Premier League that he did, some of the stuff, the matches that he's casted, that's some of the best Twitch I've ever seen. There, I've said it. Some of the best Twitch I've ever seen. Not just Hell Let Loose, some of the best Twitch. Noppers, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, my guy.
Thanks, bro. You're pretty good with the shoe from what I've seen of your streams sometimes.
We're not doing shoeies tonight. No, I've been told we're not doing shoeies on these Big D streams. It's we're going to save them for the TraumaStoo stream, and that'll cost you no fewer than 30,000 channel points. 30,000 channel points. But we're going to wrap it up there. Noppers, Winchy, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, for everyone that joined, for everyone that subbed, fucking thank you to each and every one of you. I genuinely appreciate it. For everyone that followed, welcome. It is a goddamn pleasure to have you. I'm looking forward to playing more games for you in the future. We'll do more casts. I do one a week. We do public match casts on the Big D servers once a week. Ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves. If you can manage to do that, see if you can't look after somebody else too. I will see you guys next time. We're going to go raid somebody. We're going to go raid a Hell Let Loose player. There's always one on. I'm going to go find one. But until then, take care. Bye.